I'm Kasule Justin Lumumba, currently the Secretary General of NRM. I was born 48 years ago, and I'm married to Mr. Lumumba Patrick. God has so far blessed us with 2 sons, Humphrey and Anton. The youngest is 18 years, so I've moved when it comes to issues of the family. I'm a teacher by profession. I joined politics in 2001, went to Parliament. I was a backbencher 2001 to 2006, but also a backbencher and a parliamentary commissioner 2006 to 2011. And 2011-2012, I was a Minister of State for Urban Development. 2012, August to December 2014, I was a government chief whip. Then on the 8th of January 2015, the National Executive Council (NEC) of NRM approved me as the Secretary General of NRM, together with my colleagues, Honorable Richard Tudong as the Deputy Secretary General, Honorable Rose Namayanya Nsereko as the National Treasurer, and the Honorable Dr. Kenneth Omona Olusengun as the Deputy National Treasurer, who is now the Principal Private Secretary to the President. I joined politics early, but this was as a result of the good policies of NRM that helped us come up without any political patronage, because the system would give you space and let you go up, and I took advantage of that, of course with God's blessings, and I'm where I am because of the policies of NRM. I have a humble background, but the good policies helped me get to university, but also get to politics too, where I am. In 2014 December, we had a national conference that changed the constitution of NRM, that we should not have an elected Secretary General, we should have an appointed Secretary General. Secretary General, Deputy Secretary General, National Treasurer, Deputy National Treasurer. So that after the national conference in Nambole in 2014 December, that is when His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, on the 22nd of December 2014, he brought the 4 names of the 4 people I've mentioned, and the 4 names were, the very 4 names were given the different offices, and we started working at the Secretariat, of course with the teams, the staff who were working at the Secretariat before we came in. With there was Director of Finance and Administration, Haj Galiwango Hassan Waswa. So we started off by establishing offices, and after establishing those offices at the Secretariat, we went into registration, and we launched the registration of members of NRM in Gulu, and our chief guest was the national chairman, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. So after launching, we went into registration. After registering and having the register, we went into primaries, and the Electoral Commission of NRM, headed by Dr. Tango Doi as chairman, Honorable Ali Mpachi Judge as the vice chairman, and the Honorable Ali Semera Jen as the deputy, as the commissioner. They went and conducted primaries. While they were conducting primaries and also holding elections for setting up structures of the parties right from the village up to the national level, we were now mobilizing the communities, first of all to participate in 2 primaries, but also to prepare for elections to make sure we win, because that was a year to the general elections of 2016. So we worked and together with the leaders and the supporters and the members of NRM, and we were able to have candidates. First of all, to have elections of structures for the party from the village. Every village we have 30 members, the mainstream. Then each league has 5 combined would give us 30. Then we get to the district, we add on the league for the entrepreneurship and also the league for the workers. So all of those combined at the district, we have 40 leaders in every party. And we went up to having the national conference, SEC, NEC, national conference, and then we were able to get even the presidential candidate to field in the general election. So we went, we made the manifesto together with a team that was chaired by Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda, the Prime Minister yet, in 2015. And we presented the candidates for all the posts. We presented our manifesto to the country, to the voters, to the Ugandans, and NRM was voted. Presidential, we got 60.60% for presidential, but for parliamentary, we were able to get 72%. And then we won all of the rest of the elective offices, NRM won in all. And our opponents or our sister or competing parties were also winning at certain points, but we took the day. I want to thank God that we were able to make that achievement, register that milestone for the party, but also in the country. But also want to thank in a special way my team at the Secretariat, Honorable Richard Todwong, Honorable Rosinamaya Nyansereko, Dr. Omona, and the teams at the lower levels. I also want to thank in a special way the National Chairman of NRM, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the members of the Central Executive Committee, the members of NEC, the members of the National Conference, the members of NRM, because there was concerted effort. And NRM won, the presidential candidate won in all parts of the country except one zone. But equally in one zone, it was only 2 districts that he didn't win. So out of the 136 districts, the presidential candidate won in 134 districts in the country. That was big victory to us as a party. So we went into establishing new government, and when the new government was established, we were able to take the members of parliament. Actually, we took the new members of parliament for the 10th parliament to Chankwanzi to share with them issues to do with ideology, issues to do with mainly our third principle of NRM, the socio-economic transformation. And after that, we had also a retreat with the executive, the ministers and the permanent secretaries. And we all agreed and shared information and the vision and the manifesto, how we wanted to move and be able to take Ugandans to the middle income. What I want to say is that we were not able to achieve. We are able to pull up to $900. We still have to pull to $1,200 for every Ugandan, so that we are all in the money economy, in the middle income status as a country. During the term of 2015, 2016 to 2021, we had by-elections in various areas, for which NRM won 70%. When it comes to parliamentary, it is independents who won in by-elections were only 4, and NRM won the rest of them. When it came to the new districts, NRM won all for LC5 except one in Omoro. When it came to the new municipalities, NRM won, and we lost for MPship, for Bujiri and to Jema, and to mayorship we lost to FDC, but we were able to win all the rest. NRM also was able to register success in the LC1 elections. We got 68.8% at LC1 level and LC2. NRM won for the youth councils. NRM won women councils. NRM, as we talk now, also won the PWD councils, and also NRM won the councils for the elder persons. we have registered success. But this success, I want to pay tribute to His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, because he said, don't wait for the people at the center. Go and work with them right from the villages. Of course, as a secretariat, we could not go to work with them individually, but the party structures, we used the party structures from villages. We gave them guidance, we worked together, we kept with them, we kept our ears open, and we worked together, and were able to win all these posts of the youth, the councils up to national level. When it came to national level, because we had laid strong foundation, we were able to even get unopposed. For the women councils, they all went through unopposed. But what I want to register and also share with you is that many young people came up. Many young people came up to take leadership. When you look at our women council, the whole team are really young girls. I call them young girls because I'm older than them. But it is a sign that the young people were able to get involved. Also, as a way of including so many people, but also giving space to people to have different options. If one cannot come through the structure of leadership of parliamentary, can come through women council, youth council, the elderly, depending on where somebody prefers to place himself, which is a big achievement to NRM, but also that policy has also made people come up. And some of those people who participated in those elections and took up leadership are some of the teams that have taken up leadership at a much higher level than where they were in the elections that we've just concluded, which is a big achievement to us, bringing more new, young, different faces to leadership. We also have, as we had elections then that were more for big numbers, perception. The more you can marshal out big numbers is the more you are able to tell the public that you are. Here we are, we go into a next election of 2021 under COVID. Different approach to things, different perception that has made it so difficult for us. But we still had to sit and scratch. If under the leadership of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, he has been able to lead the country to register successes under COVID, we should pump efforts and energies to make sure even this is also registered as an achievement under COVID, especially under our fourth principle of democracy, choosing your own leaders. So we did that. We went into it very unclear. It is so scientific for professionalism. You are dealing with something where you want to register success, you want to succeed, but at the same time you are scared of death. So you are dealing with life and death. It wasn't easy. But still under the leadership of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, we took a decision that we must follow the SOPs. We must follow the statutory instrument that had been issued. But also government was fair to us as political parties by having discussions with the political parties, especially under IPOD and the consultative forum, registered political parties. And we agreed that let's have regulations to ease the implementation of the Political Parties and Organization Act. So they brought regulations attached to the statutory instrument that was spelling out the SOPs, including the numbers. So when before we had the discussion, the maximum number for public meetings was 50. But after the discussion, we had agreed, and the scientists had really seen our justification why they should increase, and they increased to 200. So we had a discussion and they came out with the number increased to 200. But still, when we went down to the ground to have elections, it wasn't easy. We started with the challenge of nominations. We wanted to have everybody to jump on the streets of Kampala. It wasn't easy and it wasn't possible. So we had to tell our people that we cannot have what we have always had, but it took us a lot of effort to explain, for them to appreciate and understand. And when it came to the manifesto launch, yet the nomination rally, we agreed, let's combine the two so that we don't have to bring people for differently for two activities, have two activities on one function. And so that's what we had. And we went out to campaign. At one time as a Secretary General, I would feel like, no, we should increase the number. We should increase the number because some of our opponents were disregarding the SOPs and increasing on and having more people for their rallies, having teams moving around and running around. But for us, we had to change that, and painfully also had to also devise methods administrative of how to reach out to the different teams at the grassroots. What we did was, for whatever resources and logistics, they have to be delivered to the village. And we opened up accounts for every district. Every district has an account number so that whatever facilitation we have, it is channeled through COVID, let me say SOPs friendly channels. And when it came to t-shirts, still we would do the same. Posters, we would do the same, so that we reduced we didn't want people to come to Kampala, people to crowd at the secretariat. All these were administrative measures that we did, but still under the leadership of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni as the national chairman. And when it came to even vote protection, we tried as much as possible to use the same, but of course we had lapses in certain areas, and for which we realized the mistakes we had made. But you know, you can win, but where you've not won, you take lessons. We took lessons, and so as I talk now, we are experts of pre-COVID campaigns of perceptions, big numbers, but also the issues of COVID campaigns. And inshallah, God willing, we shall also be experts of post-COVID kind of political campaigns. That is an experience that I should say we've gone through. We've learned lessons as a team, and we are happy that God has brought us this far. So in our activities, apart from campaigns and elections, it is also our responsibility as Secretariat to make sure government has good policies. Our manifesto translated into policies, then these policies we end up as programs. It is our role and responsibility to make sure we bring out policies that conform to the manifesto, but most importantly, that follow the Constitution. The Constitution, issues of regional balance, issues to protect Ugandans, their lives and properties, issues to do with everybody gets social services or can access social services, especially issues to do with education, health, security as the most underlying issue. And we also play a big role. Even if we separated government and the party, at the end of the day, it is our responsibility to make sure we fulfill what was promised, because at the end of the day, it's the people in the structures of the party who have to go out and campaign by giving accountability, but also requesting to be given more years or to renew our mandate as a party. So the Secretary General sits in the cabinet as an ex-official. For this term, I would want to see that we have the chairperson of NRM be a member of not NRM, this time okay NRM, but we should have a law that the chairperson of the ruling party, should be a member of the council, of the district council, of the sub-county council, even the village council, because these are governments that are implementing the manifesto of the ruling party. So the ruling party shouldn't be a spectator, should be part of it. so that he's able to account and also be able to monitor and do the oversight role, not to wait to go for post-mortem, to be able to be part of the process, especially playing the oversight role. In our term as Secretariat, the current one, we've been able to secure plot 10, where our headquarter office is. We're being able to pay for it under the leadership of our national chairman. So our architectural plans are for approval by KCCA, and soon we shall be launching, we shall be groundbreaking to make sure we have our own home. And this is good news to NRM people. Yes, the national chairman announced it on the 25th of January 2020, but I'm here to remind you, to say please, there is also this to smile about. And we also secured our plot next to Clock Towers that is supposed to be for commercial purposes. Plot 10, administrative purposes. Next to Crested Towers for commercial purposes. These and at the same time, we have given out bicycles to the chairpersons NRM of the villages. For the few districts that are remaining, please, we are on the way. We are still assembling them, and we bring, but also equally motorcycles for our leaders at the sub-county. These played a very big role in facilitating our leaders at the village level and sub-county level to be able to reach out to the different members in their areas, to be able to work, and that is a sign that the party has fulfilled what it promised. Part of also our achievements was to keep members together. It is not easy to keep members of different backgrounds, different interests, but keeping together on issues to do with the love yourself, love your neighbor. Patriotism, mind about the neighbors, mind about the neighborhood, the environment. But as you do that, we cannot work alone. We cannot work in isolation of the neighbors. We must work with the neighbors, and that brings in the East Africa and the Pan-Africanism, the regional integration. But as we go into these big blocks, we must have something that we are able to settle there as we buy from them. Now that brings in the socio-economic transformation. What is that in your house, in your home? What income do you have? How meaningful is your life to yourself and even the neighbors? But also, as we do that, who is to lead us? Who's to take decision on behalf of us? That is democracy. So, living our principles as NRM is something that keeps us together. But also, we still have the challenge of discipline. You find sometimes some of our leaders indisciplined, making utterances, and you wonder whether somebody is really grounded in the ideology of the party. So we need to continue preaching like people go to church every Sunday. The Bible doesn't change, it remains the same. So we also have to continue doing the same, going to Chankwanzi, and we should now spread it out that we have even this kind of retreats, meetings, ideological classes, even telling people what is in our manifesto. Why did we put that there at the district, even go as low as parish level? That's why in this term we have come up with the parish as the unit for information sharing, a unit for implementing the NRM manifesto. To reach out to the people, to reach out to the ordinary people, not to continue hanging up, because that's the only way we shall be able to account for every household in every parish. So I call on leaders, every elected leader, please go down to your parish. Make sure you register all of the homes in that parish, including their land holding. What are they doing? Is what they are doing enough, good enough for given the size of the land? Is what they are doing good enough to deliver them from poverty? Because now, here in Busoga, you find somebody with half an acre has grown sugar cane. But as we talk now, a ton of sugarcane is at 50,000. But how much transport would this person require to get the sugarcane to where the market or the millers are? Is that enough to deliver that family from poverty? If not, let's go for what we call intensive agriculture. Let's have intensive mixed agriculture for those with small land. Those with big land, let's have extensive. So those can grow big crops like cotton, those can go for sugarcane, those can go for seed oil. Then we, with the smaller land, can go for animals, for zero grazing, can have piggery, can have poultry. Our journey as a team at the Secretariat has not been easy because the expectations of people are too high. People expect that the way government does its activities of delivering the manifesto, service delivery, is equally the way the party should. Yet, the party doesn't have resources like government has resources. People, in their minds, they've not separated the party and the government. But it is our role to tell them. I want to the youth, I want to say in our manifesto of 2001, 2021, 2026, out of the 282 pages, half of that are issues to do with the wealth creation and job creation. In that manifesto, we've promised to establish industrial parks in all the zones of this country. We already have some areas where industrial parks have been established, like Greater Mukono, Greater Luweero, Greater Kampala. One is underway for Toro and Rwenzori. We are putting up one in Acholi that is meant to make sure you get jobs, but also to get jobs in your areas where you are. I take this opportunity on behalf of the NRM party, on behalf of the NRM Secretariat and all of the structures to thank UBC, first of all, for maintaining reaching out to most parts of the country, biggest coverage, but also for passing on information, especially issues to do with COVID, and also our campaign messages to the different people in the different parts of the country and beyond the boundaries of Uganda, but also for moving with us in this NRM journey, for moving with us as Secretariat in our journey, but also for moving with me in my journey. The journey has not been easy, but wherever there is a challenge, once you achieve, it gives you lessons and it gives you victory to celebrate. Thank you so much, UBC. Thank you for serving this country, for God and my country. Let's dedicate our lives once again to God, our Creator.